Hi, Mark here with RawNutrition.com. In this product demonstration, I'll be making almond butter with the Omega NC800HDS. So to do that, I'll use the homogenizing screen, or the blank as it's called, instead of the juicing screens. I don't want anything to be pushed through the juicing holes. I'll just install the homogenizing blank and the end cap. Got that in there, and put my collecting bowl on the end, and I'm ready to go. Now, almonds aren't very high fat, so to achieve butter, you will not get it in the first pass. You'll generally need a few passes. So let's get started, and we'll see how many passes we need to put the butter and then the subsequent meal through to get an almond butter type texture. So just make sure to use, these are almonds that are just dry. I didn't soak them or anything. Make sure there's no shells which could damage the juicer. So as you can see in my first pass, it's really coming out as an almond meal. It'll take a little bit of time to process, to work out the oil in the butter, to work the oil out of the almonds for it to really turn into a butter. The process is very quick, even though the juicer is only turning at 80 revolutions per minute. As you can see, it takes them up pretty quickly. So I have 2 cups of almonds here. And you can't smell this in the video, but processing almonds is really an excellent smell. The aroma is incredible. So here's my first pass. I really just have a meal. You wouldn't really be able to spread that on the toast. So I'll just keep going and pass my meal again. You see, once you're going into the second pass, it'll take a few times to start to see a difference. As the auger keeps processing and crushing, you'll eventually notice the oil starting to work out. And what's coming out right now, you already see little chunks now. Instead of just powder, we're seeing little chunks coming out. Perfect. Now there we have our second pass, and see, I'm already getting these chunks here. A lot more chunky, but still not quite something that you could spread on your toast in the morning. So let's do it one more time. So as each time, just keep working the paste and the powder, and it'll definitely get closer and closer to an almond butter consistency. There's nothing like fresh homemade butter. Using whole almonds, you'll be sure that it hasn't sat in a store in a bottle for months. Be sure of its freshness and that it's not rancid. And this juicer turning at just 80 revolutions per minute is not warming up or destroying any of the nutrition found in your almonds. And here's, I would say, our third pass, so still very much the same. We keep going and put it in again. Now you could add oil and process it that way. I don't want to do it without any added oil. You should use a pusher, not the spoon, to push anything in there. You wouldn't want to push the spoon in too far and damage your auger. If there's anything in the chute, use a pusher instead of using a spoon. There's my fourth pass. I'll probably lose count here as I go. Going in on itself, I will need to push it down a little more once it's obtained this texture. You're starting to see a little oil coming out, the texture becoming a little stickier in the juicer, the juicing body. That was our fifth pass. And let's keep going. Usually 5 or 6 will generally be enough. Once now you feel it, I feel it's warmed up a little bit, definitely not enough to harm any of the nutrition or vitamins and minerals. After this point, that's 6 passes, you can pretty much let it sit for a day on the counter. And the oil will work itself out of it, and then you can mix it with a knife, spoon. You can do this with any nuts. I've been doing this with hemp seeds. Make your own hemp seed butter. Hemp seeds are a little higher oil content, so it doesn't take as many passes. And I usually just take all this and push it into a jar, like a small mason jar. And then let it sit at room temperature. And the oil will work itself out. Now this is a raw almond butter. I did not roast the almonds ahead of time. So it will not be dark like a store-bought almond butter or roasted almond butters. As you can see, if I compact this down, I can push this into a jar. Starting to see a tougher consistency. And just by letting it sit, now that it's been worked through the machine 6 times, by letting it sit in a jar, or even in this bowl for a day at room temperature, you can cover that, keep any dust from going on it. That's going to obtain, the oil will come out and you'll be able to spread it more evenly on your fruit, bread, or whatever you want, crackers. And it's as easy as that. This was 6 passes, and you could try another couple times, but really the best trick is to let it sit, let the oil work itself out of the meal. And you don't even need to mix it again. I mean, most times I just compact this into the jar that I'm going to use, let it sit for a day, let the oil work out, and then I just put that in the refrigerator, and every day I have some fresh almond butter. Again, this is Mark with RawNutrition.com. Please subscribe to our videos here on YouTube, and you can watch more product demonstrations, and check us out online at RawNutrition.com for the best quality kitchen tools.